Hi all, good morning and good evening. Hope you people can hear me. Yeah, good morning all of you. Okay, so please make sure that your mics are muted, all of you. I request you people to please mute your mics. Okay, let's start. So, so where did we stop in the last class? We were talking about inheritance. So let me just quickly recollect what we did. So inheritance, yes, you'll find that inheritance is a concept of defining inheritance is a concept of defining a new class by deriving the members of an existing class. That is what inheritance means, right? We saw that. And for that we have gone through this example of savings account and junior savings account. So earlier we have defined a savings account class, you know that. So which represents savings account objects. Then we have defined another class here called as junior savings account. Actually, this junior savings account class, it also represents it's one type of savings account, you can say. It is actually one type of savings account, you can say. So you'll find that the junior savings account class here, it represents junior savings account objects whose properties and behaviors are similar to the savings account class. So that's the reason why what we did is here, you see, we have defined this class and we made this class to extend savings account, because here in the savings account we got these fields and the methods which represent the properties of the junior savings account class as well here. Yes, yeah. Junior savings account objects, I can say, properties and behaviors of junior savings account object. So we are just trying to use or make use of that members of that savings account class here. So without declaring them and defining the methods here explicitly. Yes. So basically, as I told you people, this is all reusability. Yes. And well, we got inheritance in place. So how do we initialize the objects? That was another important thing. Yeah. Just a second, please. Yeah, I'm sorry. So when we got inheritance in place, so how to initialize those objects? You see, um, as we know, as we have discussed in the last class, like you got few fields declared in the superclass and we got few fields in the subclass. So already we got a constructor in the superclass. So, you know, we can make use of the constructor in the superclass to initialize the superclass fields. How can we do that? We can just call that constructor in the subclass constructor. So you see, already we got a constructor in the superclass. So we can just make use of that constructor by calling it, right? So that is what we did. Fine. And the subclass fields, we have initialized them in the subclass itself. The subclass fields are initialized in subclass. So that is one field which is specific to the subclass. So these are all the things which we did in the last class. Okay, fine. So today I'm going to talk about a very important topic here. That is okay, regarding the overriding concept. But before we discuss about overriding, I got few miscellaneous things to discuss. So which also play a key role in inheritance and all. Though they are not just specific to inheritance, but we have to discuss about them, like package and accessibility, visible access modifiers. We'll talk about packages and access modifiers here. Yes, first we'll start with packages. So what is a package? I can say that a package, in simple terms, it is just nothing but a folder on the file system. Packages, simply a folder or a directory, I can say. So in Java, a package is used to group similar classes together. The package is used to group similar classes together. A package is used to group similar classes together. Yes. So on the file system, simply package is nothing but a directory. Okay, it is just a directory, you could say. So let's see how to create this package, and we'll go through all the concepts related to the package now. So now if you want to create a package, it is pretty simple and straightforward. So if you're using Eclipse IDE, you see you got the source directory, right? You can just right click on it, right click on that src directory. You got new package option is there here. Package option, select this package. So once again I'll show you people. You see, if you right click on the src directory, we got new package option. Select the package. Now what is the package name? It can be anything. Let's say com.com. Just let's name this package as com here. Yes. So now I'll click on finish. I'm just creating a package. That's it. So you see that the symbol of that package here is four squares, right? So it's just a four square symbol for package. Now we can add classes to this package. Let's see how to add classes to this package. How do we add classes to this package? What do you people think what to do? So just if you want to add any class to this package, select the package, right click on it, and you'll find new option. Under the new you should see class. Select this class. So what is the class name here? Let me call it as order. You see, now the package is com and the class name is order. That's it. So now this is new. You'll find a package declaration statement in this class now. So package declaration statement. The first line is a package declaration statement, I can say. So what do we do with this What does it mean? I'm sorry. It indicates that that class belongs to COM package. It indicates that this class belongs to COM package here. That's it. Okay. So now let me just define a method in this class, something like this. Let's say process order. Process order. Just do this. Okay. So we got a class called as order. In that class, we got a method called as process order. Okay. Next, now so far, one thing to note here. So far, the classes which we have defined, they are in which package? The classes which we have defined, they are in which package?
Com com package. See that.
The classes earlier which we have defined. So far, okay, just forget about order class. Earlier,
Oh,
so far the classes which we have defined, they are in the default package. Default package means it's nothing but the current directory, just the current directory. And then in our case, the default package will be source directory. That's it. Source directory will be the default package here. Yes. So you see, source directory, under the source directory itself, we got this classes. Now we can just call it as a default package here. That's it. Okay. So now uh, we have created a new package called as com, and we have just added a class to this. Okay. So now what I want to do is here, I want to define, sorry, I want to use this method which you got. I want to use this method, process order method. I want to call that method in the test class. We got the test class here, right? I want to call that method in the test class. So in the test class, we got main method. Always your main method is starting point of your program execution, right? So here in this method, I would like to call that process order method, which is defined in the order class. So now you see test class is in default package, and the order class is in com package. So these two classes are in two different packages here. These two classes are in two different packages. Now whenever you want to use a class from a different package, whenever you want to use a class from a different package, so first of all you have to import it. If you want to use that order class here, you see order class is in com package. Now test class is in default package. Now for test class here, that Order class is in a different package. For test class, of course, order class is in a different package. So first of all, the test class has to make sure that it imports that package, imports that class, then it will be able to use that order class here. Yes. So we can write that import statement this way. So import com, that is package name dot order, the class name here. So this is the import statement. So which indicates that we are trying to import the order class here, which is in the com package. Now, once you're done importing that class, you can start using it here. So I'll instantiate that class, then we'll call that process order method. Okay, so let me just run this code. Yes, so it works fine. So this way we can define a class in a, sorry, we can define a package, we can add classes to that package, we can define methods in those classes, and then you see we can use a class from a different package by importing it, and as well as call the methods defined in that classes which are in different package. Yes. Now actually in this code which you have written here, so you people saw that I was explicitly writing this import statement. Even I was typing the class name explicitly. But you know what here? So we got a good option. If you're using Eclipse IDE, so we don't need to write that code explicitly to import the package. Okay, so I'll show you people. For suppose, yes, this is a good tip. You can just use it. So for suppose if now if you want to use that order class, so first of all you have to type in that code to instantiate the order class, right? And before that you also make sure that you import that class. So these are the two things which we need to consider. Yes. So you see, I'll just type in that initial letters of the class name, OR. Just type in the initial letters of the class name. I didn't add the import statement here, you see. After typing in the initial letters of that class name, just press Control space. Press Control space. So this will give you people template proposals, or I can say content assist. So, so now it is asking you people, the ID, is loading all the classes whose name starts with OR. ID is loading all the class names whose name, all the class names uh, whose name starts with OR. You see, even it specifies that package details. Now we want to use this order class from com package. You see, order com. You can just select it. That's it. Once you select it or once you press enter, you see. So now what happened? First of all, you see you got the complete class name here, order, and on top you will find that even that package is imported here. Even the package is imported by default. Com dot order. That's it. So this is simple, right? And you don't need to stop here. So what you can do is again you have to declare a variable, right? So in order to declare a variable also, you see, I'll just press Control space here. You see, once you can press Control space, now the ID will give you some proposals. So it shows this variable name order. So if you want, you can use it instead of typing that variable name. So you can just make use of it. It gives you a suggestion. If you want, you can take it. Just select enter, then equal to, you can type in new. Then after the new keyword, generally what you'll have, we'll have a call to the constructor, right? You can see we'll have a call to the constructor. You see, in this case, what I'll do is um, I won't write that code to call the constructor. Instead, I'll just press Control Space. That's it. So when I press Control Space here, see it will show you the list of constructors which you can call here. You see, you got the default constructor call. So I'll just select it and just add a semicolon. That's it. See, I've written minimal code here. Just typed in only few letters. That's it. So other things were added by default. Yes. So hope you people got it. So control space always, control space is a mantra here. So it will help you people in content. It will help you people in content assist. Auto completion code support will be there. Yes. Okay. So any questions in this regard? Okay, fine. So then let's move on. So now in a package, how many classes can we define? In a package, how many classes can we define? So you can have any number of classes in a package. Okay, you can define any number of classes in a package. So there won't be any restriction on that. Okay, so in a package, you'll find that we can not only define classes, but we can also add sub packages here. We can also add a sub package. Yes, that is also possible. In a package, we can add any number of sub packages as well. Yes. So let's do one thing here. So we'll add a package under this com package. So if you want to add a com package here, sorry, if you want to add a sub package in the com package, you can just select this package com, right click on it, and you got new package option here. You got new package option. Yes. So select this package. So the package name, you see, it should always remember this point. It's very important. You'll find that always the sub package name starts with the main package name. Always the sub package name starts with main package name. Okay, so com dot, let's say the sub package name is demo. or something like this, or com.java. So now what is the sub package name here? Java, and it will be prefixed with the main package name, that is com. That's it. Com.java. Okay, I'll click on finish. So now what we can do here in the sub package. So in the sub package also we can define classes. You can further add packages here. In the sub package also you can have packages again. Okay, so you will be able to do that. Yes. Now let's add a class to the sub package called as Java com.java. So right click, select this package, sub package, right click on it. You got new class option here. You see, now the package name is com.java. Now let's define the class here. So I'll call it as, let's say, some class like a product class. So now the package class name is product. I'll click on finish. So now you see we got a class called as product, and it is under the package called as com.java. Okay, so if you want to use this class again, a product class, anywhere, first of all, if you want to use it in another package, first of all you need to import it. Make sure that you import that class, sorry, package as well as the class. You have to import that class, and then you can make use of it. Yes. Okay, so now this import statement which you have written here, see that statement is explicitly, it is only importing one class here, that's it. It imports just one class. But you know what here, so if you want you can import the whole package as well. If you want, you can import the complete package. It is possible. For suppose you can do this com.star. Com.star means, now here it indicates that we want to import the whole com package itself, the complete com package. That means, so all the classes in that com package. So what we are doing, com.star means we are trying to import all the classes from com package. You know, one important note here. So we are only importing the classes of com package, not the classes of sub packages here. Only com package classes will be imported. If there are any sub packages under the com, so the classes related to that sub packages will not be imported. Okay, the classes related to the sub packages, they are not imported here. Yes. Okay. That means, you see, if I try to use that product class here, see if I try to instantiate the product class which is under the Java package, which is a sub package of com, see, I won't be able to do that. I will not be able to use it here. You see, you'll get an error. So product cannot be resolved to a type. Why so? Because as I told you people, that class is not important here. Okay. So the sub packages by default are not imported. If you import a main package, just a second. Yeah, sorry. So, so is this point clear for you people, all of you? So if you import a package, a particular package, only the classes of that packages are imported. If there are any sub packages in that package, then the sub package classes will not be imported. Only main package classes can be explicitly imported or imported. So if you want to import the sub packages, then you have to separately import them again. Okay. So import com dot java dot star. You have to do this. Now you see the error has vanished. So is this point clear for you people, all of you? Okay. Now, you know, the approach which we are following here to import a class, so this approach is not recommended actually. This is not the recommended approach. So you're not supposed to import the whole package. So it is highly recommended that you only import those classes which you explicitly use them in the application. Only import those classes which you need explicitly here in this program. As of now, we are trying to import the whole package. Okay, in a package you can have so many classes. So why we should not do this? Why we should not import the whole package? Why we are supposed to only import the classes explicitly which you're using? Memory issues. So first of all, you see, we'll end up unnecessarily. We'll end up loading too many classes, and the other issues here. You know, this code is not readable as well. So I can say that. So this code is not much readable. So how can I say that this code is not much readable here? Because you see, now we got this classes, right? The user defined classes which are using here, order and product. Now if someone look reads this class, if someone reads this code here, now they won't be able to make out, okay, this class belongs to which package, and product order class belongs to which package, and product class belongs to which package. Okay, yes, okay, they will not be able to make out. So because we are importing the whole package here, right? But for suppose if I import the classes explicitly this way, now it will be easy for us to understand. See, in the import statements, okay, you can check this. So which class belongs to which package? That is simple to understand. Okay. So this is about the packages. Now, what is the advantage of using the packages here? Can you people tell me? So why do we need to use them? What is the advantage of using the packages? Yes. Yeah. So it helps us to organize the classes, group similar classes together. Yes. It helps us to group similar classes together. Just if you can recollect once, yes, if you can recollect once, as I told you people in the core package, core Java itself, that means in the standard edition itself, you got close to 4,000 classes and interfaces. You got close to 4,000 classes and interfaces. So now just imagine all these classes if we just dump it in a single folder, so that would be difficult to manage. So you see, that is where the concept of packages comes into the picture, which helps us to organize these classes. Uh, we'll organize those classes into various packages here. Okay, now the best example which I can show you people here, the best application of packages is your API itself. As I told you people, we got this Java API, right? Yes. So let's go through the API here. Yes. So far we saw API documentation, but we didn't see API. I'm going to show you people the API now. So if you people have installed JDK in your machine, so just go to the directory, see Java folder where you installed that JDK. Open the JDK folder. You should see JRE. So under the JRE, you should see lib. So under the lib, you'll find a jar file with the name RT. You should see a jar file. Just a second. So you should see a jar file with the name RT. I'll just right click on it. Let me open this jar file. Actually, this jar file, uh, this file rt.jar, that is where you got the API actually. rt.jar. The API means your predefined classes and interfaces which are provided by Java people. You'll find them here in this jar file. So jar, it stands for Java Archive. Jar, it stands for Java Archive. So this is one of the packaging unit. So which is used to ship, your Java classes. Yes. Say you have developed, you got you're developed an application. So when I talk about an application, what you'll have in an application basically that compiled classes will be there, dot class files will be there. So now if you want to deploy it, a host, deploy this application, then you will just first wrap all these classes into this packaging unit called as jar, or you'll have var. Okay, so this is a kind of executable file in Java for us, in Java. So your JVM can understand this jar file, you can load it. So in that jar file itself, you'll have this predefined classes and all. Yes. So here RT, it stands for runtime actually. RT, it stands for runtime. So now you open this RT jar file with WinRAR. I'm opening it. So once you open this, you see these are the contents. You'll find folders like com, Java, JavaX, org, Sun, SoundW. So actually these are all packages, not folders. As I told you people, on the file system, packages are nothing but folders itself. On the file system, packages, they are nothing but folders itself. So you see under each package again, you will have several sub packages and classes. Yes. So one of the packages you see it is Java. So let me open this Java package. You see under the Java package again, you got so many sub packages. Applet, AWT, Beans, IO, Lang, Math. So let me open this Lang package. You know what? The java.lang here, it means Lang package, which is a sub package of Java, that is considered as the fundamental package here. Okay. Yes. So you just open this Lang package. If you open that Lang package again, you see you got sub packages in the Lang, and then you got this files here. You see, if you keenly observe, you'll find that these are all dot class files. So what are these dot class files here? Yes, I hope you people remember the dot class files. So these are all the class files which contain the byte code. And who creates this dot class files? The compiler. Compiler will take care of this. Okay, so now if you go through this API, you see, you got so many classes here, so many packages, right? You see, each package here which you got, it holds group of similar elements, I can say. It holds group of similar elements, I can say. Yes, sorry, similar classes. A package is a collection of similar classes. See, for example, okay, lang, as I told you, people in lang package, you'll have the most fundamental classes. In the lang package, the most fundamental classes, the basic classes, you'll find them. Down you got a math package, so all the classes related to mathematical calculations, the classes related to mathematical calculations and all. So you will find them here in the math package. And you got a net package, which is basically for networking purpose, for writing the network programming, connecting to a remote machine and all. So you can do that here through that net, the classes which are defined in that net package. Next we got SQL package. You see that that package, it has got the classes which we can use to interact with the database. So we got classes here which we can use to connect to the database. So this way you see each and every, sorry, each and every package has got similar classes. Okay, yes. So that is what we got here in the API. So it helps us to group. You see the API, the packages concept, how it is used. It is used to organize these classes of group similar classes here. So to better organize them for easy accessibility and all. So the packages concept is used here. Okay, fine. So that is about the packages. You can also do this in your project. You'll find that. So you can define classes, with packages and group similar classes together. The classes which has got similar functionality, you can just add them to the same package. Okay, so this is about packages. So shall we move on? So anyone got any questions in this regard, please let me know. Okay, good. So hope you people are comfortable. So now let's talk about access modifiers. So basically access modifiers are used to specify the visibility or accessibility of a method or of a class. We can specify the visibility of a class or visibility of a method or a visibility of a variable, so using the access modifiers. Okay, so in Java you will find that we got four access modifiers altogether. We got four access modifiers, I can say. Yes. So what are these four access modifiers which you got here? Public, public, just a minute, please, just a minute. Yeah, I'm sorry. So you got four access modifiers like public, protected, default, and private. Public, protected, default, and private here. Yes. So each access modifier here, it is used to specify it specifies a visibility or accessibility, I can say. Yes. So first of all, you see public. So the public access modifier here, it indicates that it is least restricted, I can say, public. You see, for example, so far, if you people have noticed it, so you'll find that all the classes which we have defined so far, all the classes which we have defined so far, they are public. So what does that means? That means here, now this class, public class, is visible or accessible anywhere. So there is no restriction here. Yes. There is no restriction. You see, even the order class which you have defined, it is in com package, right? So the order class which you have defined here, so it is in com package, but you will find that order class, now you can use it in any package. Okay, just a second, just a second. I'm sorry. Okay, just okay. Can you people hear me? Okay, thank you. So you see now the class is public, right? So you see this class is actually, it is defined in com package, but now you can access this class anyway because the visibility here, it is specified as public. The visibility of this class is public here. So which indicates that you can access this class anywhere. So there is no restriction. So this is the least restricted access modifier I can say. This will be the least restricted access modifier here. Yes. Next, you see we got another access modifier default. We can declare a class as default. How? Just remove this public and don't use any access modifier. Don't use any access modifier here. So if you don't use any access modifier here for the class, then I can say that this is default. So the visibility or accessibility of this class is default. Okay. Now what is the visibility of a default class here? You know, if a class is declared as default, Now that class is only visible or accessible within that package. It is only visible or accessible within that package here. That's it. That is the visibility of that class here. It is just visible or accessible within that package. So now this order class, it belongs to which package? So what will be the visibility of this class now? Yes. You see, order class belongs to COM package. So that means now that class is only visible in the COM package here. Okay. So you'll find that order class is just visible or accessible in the COM package. So actually, why don't we use default here to declare the class as default? What do you people think? In order to declare the class as default, why don't we use that keyword default to declare the class as default? So why don't we use that keyword default? So where do we use default keyword actually? So we'll not use default here, right? So where we'll be using default keyword? So the default keyword is used in the switch case, right? We use default in the switch case, I can say. Yes. So, what are the other access modifiers which we can use for the class? Any idea? What are the other access modifiers which we can use for the class?
Private.
Okay.
Oh,
Uh, with regard to the visibility here or accessibility, you see, if you consider four out of four here, we can just use public and default for the class. Now we cannot use protected or private for the class. You know, I can say that only public and the default are class level access modifiers. Class level or access modifiers. Public and defaults. Public and default are class level access modifiers. Okay. Now if you use protected or private for the class, let's see what it says. See, if I declare it as protected, it says illegal modifier for the class order. Only public, abstract, and final are permitted. Illegal modifier for the class order. Only public, abstract, and final are permitted. So it says cannot be used, protected. Okay, yes. That is about class level access modifiers. You see, one more thing. I wanted to show you people this. You see, once I declare the class as default, you see, it is only visible within this package. In which package? Com package. So outside of the com package, that class is not visible. You see, for example, here, so we are trying to import that class now, right? Order class, which is declared as default. So you'll get an error. What it says? The type com.order is not visible, it says. The type com.order is not visible. Yes. Okay. So that is what happens. So the class will not be visible outside of the package if it is declared as default. Now what about methods and variables? You know, for the methods and variables, you can use all the four access modifiers for the methods and variables. So you will be able to use all the four access modifiers here. There won't be any issues. Okay. Now you got this public method, right? So public means now there is no restriction for the visibility of this method. You can call this method anywhere in any package. That is what public indicates. What if, so I want to declare this method as default. So just don't use any access modifier. Don't use any access modifier here. That's it. Just declare it as public. So what happens? So if you declare it as public, that means, sorry, the method, if you don't use any access modifier, now it is default. So if it is default, that means now this method is only visible or accessible in com package. Now from another package, we cannot access this class. Sorry, this method. You see, the class is public, but the method is default. So in another package, you can access this class, but you cannot access this method. Okay, you see, uh, if I'm able, you will find that there won't be any error if you instantiate this order class. You will be able to use that order class. But you see, if you call that method of the order class, you see, process order, right? If you call that method, then it will be an error. So you cannot you call that method. It says method process order from type order is not visible. Okay. So, so what if I declare this method as private? You see, we can also declare the method as private. So now what does that means?
The access is limited.
It is visible in the class, only the class.
It is just visible in the class, yes. So it is just confined to the class. So the visibility of this method is confined to the class here. Yes. Okay. Just it is the most restricted access modifier I can say. It is the most restricted access modifier. Yes. So now I got a few more things to show you people here. For suppose let's say the class is default and the method is public. Method is public, class is default. So in this case, what will be the visibility of this method here? What will be the visibility or accessibility of this method?
It will be visible in the package only.
It is visible in the package only. Okay. So yes, but the method is declared as public, right? Yes, you see, though the method is declared as public, sorry, yeah, though the method is declared as public, you'll find that here always the visibility of the method is bound to the visibility of the class. Visibility of the method is bound to the visibility of the class here, I can say. So because the class is default, the method's visibility will be default now, though it is declared as public. You see, in another package, you cannot access that method, or actually, at first place, you see, you cannot access that class itself. If the class is not visible, it is highly impossible. You cannot use that method. Okay, fine. So this is about the default access. Sorry, this is about the default public and and private access modifiers. Now we got protected. So protected is little or it is actually related to inheritance concept, I can say. Protected is related to inheritance. Can someone explain this? The visibility of that protected access modifier? Can someone explain the visibility of the protected access modifier?
So we can access a class in a different package through inheritance.
We can access our class in another package through inheritance. If it is, okay, that is what protected means, saying. But at first place, you cannot use this protected access modifier for the class, right? How it will affect the visibility of the class here? Just a minute. Sorry. So let me make you people understand the protected access modifier. Okay, that's very important. So when we talk about protected access modifier, it is purely related to inheritance concept, I can say. So for that, now I would like you people to, I want you people to make a note of two questions and two answers here. First question is, please make a note of this to make you people understand this inheritance concept. Sorry, protected access modifier. You got this question. First question, please make a note of it. When the subclass and superclass are in the same package, when the subclass and superclass are in the same package, then what members of the superclass are visible to the subclass? When the subclass and superclass are in the same package, then what members of the superclass are visible to the subclass? What members of the superclass are visible to the subclass? Okay, once again I'll quickly repeat it. When the superclass and subclass are in the same package, then what members of the superclass are visible to the subclass? What members of the superclass are visible to the subclass here? Okay. So can you people tell me what members of the superclass are visible to the subclass if the superclass and subclass are in the same package? Okay. Public, protected.
All the variables and methods.
Okay, that is fine. I'm not talking about uh, whether the, but you know that by default variables and methods are inherited by the subclass. But you see again, it depends on the visibility or accessibility of that variables and methods. I'm talking about the visibility or accessibility here. Okay. So what members in this, I mean to say, in this context here, with regard to the accessibility or visibility here. Okay. Yes. So the answer for this question is yes. The subclass can inherit public, protected, and default members of the superclass. Subclass can inherit public, protected, and default members of the superclass. Okay. Subclasses can inherit public, protected, and default members of the superclass. Okay, that is the answer. Public, protected, and default. Except private, all other access modifiers, all other members I can say. Except private members of the superclass. So all other members, I mean public, protected, and default members are visible. That is first question and the answer for that question. Now the second question. Please make a note of it. Second question is, when the subclass and superclass are in two different packages, when the subclass and superclass are in two different packages, when the subclass and superclass are in two different packages, then okay, then what members of the superclass, then what members of the superclass are visible to the subclass, then what,
Public and protected.
yes, what members of the superclass are visible to subclass. Okay, I got one answer as public and protected. Yes, so that's the answer actually. The answer for this question is the subclass can inherit public and protected members of the superclass. Okay, the subclass can inherit the, or I can say for the subclass, public and protected members of the superclass are visible. Okay, so now from these two questions here, one thing is should be clear for you people. What is it? Always the protected members of the superclass are visible to the subclass. Always the protected members of the superclass are visible to to the subclass, right? Yes, and even public members are always visible to the subclass. So then what is the difference between public and protected here? What is the difference between public and protected?
protected acts as intermediate between subclass and sub.
Okay, protected. Okay, fine. That is one answer. And I got another answer. Protected only to subclasses, public to all. Okay. Now, one more thing which you need to know here. Public means, actually there is no such restriction. But for protected, there will be a restriction that you people need to know. So what is it? So that note is important. So protected members of a class outside of the package, they are only visible to the sub package. Protected members, protected members of a class, they are only, protected members of a class outside of the package, they are only visible to the subclasses. Outside of the package, they are only visible to the subclasses. Within the package, they are visible to all other classes. There is no such restriction. Within the package, they are visible to any class. But outside of the package, they are only visible to the subclass. That is a note I want you people to make a note. Write down, okay? Yes, please write it down. The note is protected members of a class outside of the package, they are only visible to the subclasses. Outside of the package, they are only visible to the subclasses. Protected members of a class outside of the package, they are only visible to the subclasses. So now, based on this, I have a question for you people. If you consider protected and the default, protected versus default, so which access modifier is more restricted? If you consider protected and default, so which access modifier is more restricted? Okay.
Default.
Which one is more restricted?
Default.
Once again, just go through all the notes once which I gave you people and tell me. Default is more restricted, not protected. Because you see, default members outside of the package, they're only visible to the, outside of the package, they're not visible even to the subclasses. Outside of the package, they're not even visible to the subclasses, right? Default members of a class outside of package, they're not even visible to the subclasses. Whereas protected members, yes, outside the package, they are visible to the subclasses here. So hope you people got it. Is it clear for you people? So now you see, having the basic understanding of the three access modifiers, public, private, and default, okay, that is not much difficult to understand and remember as well. Plus the two questions and a note, that should be more than enough for you people. It's not that difficult. So people will show you some people will show you matrix, or some other means to explain this, but you don't need to do that here. Okay. Okay, fine. So let's move on. So now we'll try to understand the order as well, order of this access modifiers. Okay, fine. Now you people tell me which access modifier is most restricted here. Which access modifier is the most restricted?
Default.
Private. Okay. So after private, which access modifier is more restricted? Default after private. Yes. So default will be more restricted. That means private is the most restricted. So if we remove private from the scope, then default will be next more restricted access modifier. Then we got protected and public. Now out of these two access modifiers, which one is restricted? More restricted out of these two. So next comes protected itself here now. So, and the last one, the least restricted access modifier is public. The least restricted access modifier is public here. That's it. Okay. So now you see we have other keywords also which we can use. Access modifiers like final is there. Earlier we have used final for the variables, right? So if I declare a variable as final, then what happens? If we declare a variable as final, then what happens? So then that value of that variable cannot be changed, right? But you will find that we can also use final keyword for the class. We can also use final for the class. So what if the class is declared as final? Okay, what if the class is declared as final? Yes, you see. Now the savings account class, I'll declare it as final. In that case, now I can say that this class cannot be extended. This class cannot be inherited or it cannot be extended. So what if we try to extend this class? That is considered as an error. If this class, if some class tries to extend this class, then it's an error. You see, in our example, junior savings account is trying to extend a savings account class. So this is an error. You see what is the error here? The type junior savings account cannot subclass the final class savings account. It says savings account is the final class, so it cannot be inherited. This way, if you want, you can stop your class from being inherited by other classes. Okay. So also make a note of one more point here. So we can also use final keyword for the methods as well. So the next topic which we need to discuss, that is related to overriding. You see, we can also declare a method as final. So what if we declare a method as final? Any idea? What if we declare the method as final? Yes. Okay. Yes, that's right. So please make a note of it. If a method is declared as final, so that method cannot be overridden. So later on, we'll discuss more in detail about it. If the method is declared as final, we cannot override that method. Okay. if a method is declared as final, you cannot override that method. So we can use final keyword for the variable. So if it is declared, if the variable is declared as final, then it becomes constant. We cannot reassign the value. Second thing, if the class is declared as final, we cannot extend that class or we cannot inherit it. And the third point here is the method. We can also declare the method as final. So if you declare a method as final, it cannot be overridden. That method cannot be overridden in the subclass. Okay, also at this point, if a method is declared as final, it cannot be overridden in the subclass, or you cannot override that method in the subclass. We cannot override that method in the subclass. That's it. Okay, so that is what I got here today. So in the next class, I'll talk about overriding concept. Okay, the next topic will be overriding. So there again, you'll come back. We'll see all this access modifiers and all. Again, we'll come across them. And overriding is very important topic here. Yes, so we'll talk about it in the next class. Okay. So anyone got any questions in this regard? Please let me know. Whatever we have discussed so far. Any questions? So in the next class, I'll be talking about method overriding and abstract methods and abstract classes concept. I'll be talking about abstract methods and abstract classes also. Okay. Yes. Fine. So that's all for today then. Thank you all.